This is my little boat, and this is my little boat on its little boat trailer. I also use this trailer for my John boat because I still have both of those boats. The problem with this little boat trailer is that when I put it on my really steep boat ramp and I go to launch my boat, the back end of the boat lifts up, as long as I got my drain plug in, and the boat tends to wander off one side or the other, depending on which way the water is flowing, because I don't have any trailer guides on this trailer. So we're going to rectify that today because I'm going to make some trailer guides, and I'm going to make them as cheap as I can within reason. Hi, I'm Wayne the Boat Guy. And in this video, we're going to make trailer guides for my little boat trailer. Okay, so I imagine you're watching this video because you know what trailer guides are and you want to make some really cheap ones. But for the 3 people out there who don't know what they are, trailer guides are these white posts that you always see on the side of people's boat trailers that stick up. It looks like a PVC pipe sticking up on both sides of the trailer. They stick up about 3 or 4 feet, and they're mounted on the back of a lot of boat trailers. And these trailer guides have 2 purposes. The first one is to help keep your boat, like in a situation like mine, so the boat does not veer off to the side as you're unloading or loading the trailer. The other one is also to help you guide your boat up and down the ramp, because it gives you something to look at that sticks up higher than the boat. This particular boat and trailer, unless I have the tailgate off on my truck, I can't see it at all. So I oftentimes take my tailgate off, or with this one I can actually put my tailgate down and it doesn't interfere. With my larger boat, my tailgate does interfere. So I have to take my tailgate off, put my tailgate down to be able to guide my boat down the trailer. In fact, guide my boat? To be able to guide my trailer down the boat ramp effectively. So I started looking at trailer guides. Now, you know I'm a cheap person and I like to do a lot of stuff myself. So the cheapest trailer guides I could find online were about $100. I actually saw some that were under $100, but I don't know how good they are, and I really don't know if they would work with this particular application, and I'll show you why in a couple minutes. So there was 2 reasons why I went to the DIY approach. Number 1, I'm cheap and I wanted a project. And number 2, I didn't want to buy something and have it not work with this particular setup. So that's why I'm doing it myself. I have links in the description to similar products to what I use today that you can purchase from Amazon, and also for trailer guides that you could purchase from Amazon as a whole kit if you'd like to just buy the whole kit and put those on that way. If you use those links to make a purchase from Amazon, I do get a small commission from Amazon, a really small commission. And it doesn't cost you any more money than if you went to Amazon directly, but it does help me out just a little bit. Okay, so here's what I did. I went to my local Home Depot and I purchased these angle brackets, 10-inch corner braces, and they are zinc plated. Now, the reason I purchased these 10-inch zinc plated corner braces is because of some of the measuring that I did here. I found out that I needed the biggest size I could get. I really wanted 12-inch, but I settled for 10 because that's the biggest they had. And these things are pre-drilled, so hopefully I can use some of these holes. I wanted galvanized. Galvanized coating is more rust resistant than zinc plating. However, they didn't have any galvanized ones in stock, so I got zinc plated. And you know what? I'm curious as to see how long they hold up. Maybe they won't hold up long at all and they'll start rusting in a month. Okay, that's fine. We learned something today, didn't we? Maybe they'll hold up for several years. Maybe they'll just get a little bit rusty and I need to paint them. I don't know. We're going to just try it out how they are. So what I did was I bought 2 of these, and then I bought some 1.25 PVC pipe. This is made in America. It's got an eagle on it and everything. So you know it's really, really good. Now, why did I buy 1.25 PVC pipe? I'll tell you. So when I was first walking around the hardware store and I was looking for some kind of bracket that I could buy to use, when I found these, then I went down the aisle with the PVC pipe. And I set this in a whole bunch of PVC pipe until I found one that it fit in nicely. See how it fits in this one? It slides in and it fits in good. The 1-inch, this I would have had to jam this in it and the 1.5" one rattles around too much. Because ideally what I'd like to do is be able to bolt this to my boat trailer frame and then maybe just put like a pin or something through here just to keep these from, you know, floating off. And my total purchase price for these 3 items was $23.24 US dollars. So for under $25, I got the pieces I need. This is a 10-foot piece of this PVC pipe, by the way. That's the shortest length I could find. Really all I need is 8 feet, 2 4-foot pieces. So for hardware for this project, I already had all the hardware that I needed. These are some zinc washers that I have from whenever I made new bunks for my trailer, one of the first boat videos I did. This is a, look at this, it's a flathead screw. These are galvanized screws. I think they came from a chain link fence, and they're old-timey square nuts. And then I found a couple of lock washers that'll fit on there. And so here's what I'm thinking. This bracket will go on from above, and I will put my screw and lock washer in from above, because that will help hold that tight. Or no, should I use this lock washer at the bottom? Let's use the lock washer on the bottom. So I'll put my screw in from above, and then on the bottom, where it bolts to the frame, I'll put a big washer, a lock washer, and then one of these nuts. So that's the plan. So of course, because I'm only using this screw and this nut, I don't need my whole bucket of tools today. I just need a wrench, which this is 7/16, and I need a regular old straight screwdriver. Okay, so here's our situation, and this is why I'm not going with a pre-made bracket. The pre-made brackets have a width to them, and then they're made to wrap around a certain size frame. This frame is very small, and I've only got probably 2 or 3 inches between my fender and my light assembly, and underneath of that is my spring shackle that's mounted there. So there's not a lot of place back here to mount something. I don't want to mount them farther up here because then they're really not guides. They're guides if they're back here somewhere. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I put my bolt right through this one hole right here. Not to there, because that's going to be too close. Through this hole right here. And that'll allow this guide to sit here and give me a little gap between that and the edge of the boat. Also, I'm only going to put it in with one bolt because there's nothing to bolt this to, and I don't want to drill too close to it right here. But if I put it in with one bolt, the taillight assembly is going to keep it from bouncing too much that way, and the fender is going to keep it from going too much this way and or the boat. So I'm thinking that my one bolt through here, if I snug that down good, I think that's going to work. And it doesn't interfere with anything. I've already got a hole right here. If this works, this is going to be like the easiest job I've ever done. All right, so I got my bolt on the bracket. And I'm just holding the whole sandwich together under here. And it's falling apart in my fingers. There we go. I got it. Yeah. We got it. I'll have to shift the boat over to tighten that up. That's one of the advantages of having a really little boat. Whew. I don't know if I said it before, but Ho Chi Minh City, it's hot today. The temperature is 91 or 92 degrees right now. For those of you in metric land, that's like 75. No, it's not. And the humidity is very high. So according to my phone, the feels like temperature is 106 today. That's just brutal. Luckily there's a breeze blowing, so I'm not dying. All right, so let's try to get this nice and tight, because I have a lock washer. Yeah, a lock washer. I'm not using locking nuts. You could do this with locking nuts though. Those would be great because they always hold nice and tight. Those nylon nuts, locking nuts, those are great. Once again, I'm really cheap, and I just went in my basement and I found lots of odd and end stuff, so that's what I'm using. So you can see my big zinc flat washer, my locking washer, and my square old school nut. And you can see how this, what's nice is it doesn't stick out any farther than the fender. Mounted in here quite nice. If it was galvanized, it would match the trailer. Okay, so let's move the boat over to do the other side. So with the other one, we did the third hole, so we'll do the same thing here. There's our third hole. And then put the big flat washer on, the lock washer, and then the nut. It's funny, the second side always goes a little easier than the first side. So if you're liking this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Give it a like, I'd appreciate it. All right, let's see. Let's put this on here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nowhere to set tools on this thing. There we go. It's really hard blindly doing this. And that's a square nut. So a square nut, you have a lot less surfaces to put your wrench on than you do with a, what are the regular ones? What are they, 8-sided? So is that an octagon? We just want to make sure we got it on here pretty tight so it doesn't roll around going down the road. And there we go. So here's our vertical pieces. Here's this one. And here's this one. So our next thing that we need to do is we need to cut the PVC pipe. I checked to see how long the posts were on retail versions of trailer guides, and they go between 32 inches and 60 inches, which is almost 3 feet to like 5 feet. I'm thinking probably 4 feet is plenty. I can always make them shorter. This is a 10-foot piece of PVC pipe. So I'm gonna cut 2 4-foot lengths. And that'll leave me a couple extra feet for, I don't know, hitting somebody with or something like that. So let me go cut my PVC pipe into 2 4-foot lengths. All right, so everybody's asking themselves, how does a guy like Wayne the Boat Guy cut PVC pipe? Well, I use my chop saw, which probably has a wood blade on it. Sure, whatever. And that's what I use. There is 4 feet. I'm wearing safety glasses. Well, I'm wearing glasses. Don't try this at home. We got our 2 4-foot long PVC pipes, and they are identical. Okay, so let's slip on our trailer guides. So these don't just pop off going down the road or float off down the river. I need to secure these. So all I'm doing is setting the post behind it. Draw the dot. I'm drilling straight through the pipe. And we set the pipe on the hole, on the bracket, whatever. And let's try to feed this through. There we go. And we snip off the excess. She's done. So what good is a video like this without proof of concept? So that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. Matter of fact, I just got my trailer hooked up and I'm in my truck, and as you can see, there's these two white posts sticking up back there. So that's the posts for the trailer guides. So they're working, and let's go and launch my boat and pull my boat out of the water and do proof of concept here, shall we? Let me know your thoughts on this setup or what kind of setup you have in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Here's a video picked just for you and a playlist of videos similar to this one. You stay safe out there in the water.